There is a place on Earth where sunlight has never reached, where the ocean stretches downward into a darkness so complete it feels infinite, a world shaped by pressure so immense it can crush steel like paper and cold so constant it feels timeless. And yet in this hostile silence something lives, not remnants of the past or lifeless fossils, but moving, breathing creatures that hunt, drift, and survive, shaped in ways that feel more imagined than evolved. Because as we descend beneath the surface, the familiar rules of life begin to dissolve, first passing through the twilight zone where light fades into a permanent dusk and plants can no longer grow, forcing animals to survive without the energy that fuels nearly all life on Earth. And here food is scarce, danger comes from every direction, and evolution responds with creativity rather than comfort, giving rise to animals that glow with their own living light, producing soft flashes and eerie pulses not for beauty but for survival, using bioluminescence to confuse predators, lure prey, or erase their own shadows in a world where darkness turns light into a weapon. And scientists still don't fully understand how many of these glowing signals evolved or what information they carry. Only that once sunlight disappeared, light itself became a language, and as we descend deeper still, those faint traces of blue vanish entirely, pulling us into the midnight zone where the ocean becomes a place without horizons, where pressure intensifies, movement slows, and creatures appear with stretched bodies, fragile bones, and mouths far too large for their faces, like the gulper eel drifting through black water with a jaw capable of opening wider than its own body. Because when meals are rare and unpredictable, evolution favors excess, patience, and the ability to survive months or even years without eating, raising unsettling questions about how slow life can become and still remain alive. And deeper down, the pressure grows so extreme that biology itself must change, forcing animals to abandon rigid skeletons and gas-filled organs that would collapse instantly, replacing them with soft, gelatinous bodies that bend instead of break, surrendering to the crushing force rather than resisting it, with cells and proteins functioning differently under pressure in ways scientists are still struggling to understand, leaving unanswered mysteries about how these creatures reproduce, how they find one another in total darkness, or how their bodies function at all. And deeper still, in the deepest trenches on Earth where the ocean floor drops miles below the surface, life persists without sunlight entirely, powered instead by chemical energy leaking from the planet itself, forming entire ecosystems around cracks in the Earth's crust where heat and minerals rise from below, environments so extreme they feel alien, almost resembling worlds beyond our planet. And these strange communities hint at how life may have first begun on Earth, while also raising a disturbing possibility that if life can thrive here, in total darkness, under crushing pressure, feeding on chemicals instead of light, then life may exist in places we have never imagined. And when we finally zoom out from these depths, we are forced to confront how little we truly know, realizing that humans have explored more of the moon than our own deep ocean, that vast regions of this planet remain unseen and unmapped, where creatures continue to move through darkness unaware they were ever considered impossible, simply existing as they always have, reminding us that the world is far stranger than we imagine and that the greatest mysteries of Earth are not above us in the stars, but still waiting quietly beneath the surface.